imagine, imagine this was your show.
It's just like a compilation of Micah laughing.
Like, imagine this was your show and you're just like starting it out and then you just start laughing like that and you're just like, I'm sorry, I can't. It's too awkward. Okay, welcome to the Third Eye Podcast. We have two guests. She's only going to be here for about 10 minutes, but we'll make the most of it. Um, should we look? Let's see let's see what's in here. Did you find any funny ones yet or like interesting?
I didn't. I only looked like one page. I didn't search it.
I don't know if this question is like really stupid. I not in the book. I just thought of it.
Oh,
Like while I'm looking.
we'll tell you if it's stupid.
Like what were like the main things that were like positives in this year, like the last year that you did?
That's stupid. I can't answer that. Main things that were positive this past year.
Like just things that, like, or I guess we'll do over the summer. Like what were
Okay.
the things like vacation? I went to Philly, a concert.
You had a very eventful summer.
Yeah, it was half, uh, like actually pretty good, and then half just not because of like work, and then I mean work wasn't too bad because it made it not. I didn't really get bored. I didn't really realize, like it didn't seem like a boring summer in total.
Mhm.
So that was really good.
Well, that's a positive thing. So there was no negative. You're saying.
Well, just my mindset was negative. Just a bad spot mentally. Well, overall, I'd say it's positive.
Coming up to that though was negative.
Only the first, only like 2 days before,
Hmm.
you know. Yeah.
The only positive thing for me is vacation.
The only positive thing.
The only thing that stands out.
It's kind of surprising.
Like during the summer, FaceTime like 3 times a week, but
That's the thing.
Right. See, now I'm to bleep out her name.
you're not posting this.
What if I post it later?
That's right. He has to edit it as if.
They're not gonna be able to hear me because there's no mic at me.
This is probably picking you up.
Oh yeah, we should have that in the middle.
I thought you said Micah doesn't count.
And like close to the edge too. Cause that one picks up less background. Like this one picks up everything, but that's if I would have known we have two people, I'd put this one over there. But so like yeah, what was your summer stuff?
Um, very similar to yours, except not nearly as.
Except so the vacation.
Vacation.
That was the only thing we
wonderful.
both did.
Yeah, other than that, there wasn't a lot really that happened this summer. It was kind of an uneventful summer.
Yeah.
I didn't really go anywhere, and I didn't really go anywhere.
I didn't really go
I
anywhere.
didn't do anything different. I didn't change anything drastically.
So
Yeah.
friend pulls off a well-conceived practical joke, makes you look stupid. How do you react? Because it all depends on the joke.
It
But
really, really does. And what friend?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that could really change the
Mhm.
dynamic. I would say, for the most part, I would laugh along with it.
Mm.
I mean, I try to diffuse a lot of things by being self-deprecating anyway. So,
Yeah.
it may make me look silly or whatever, but unless I was like really embarrassed by it, and usually I don't tend to get real embarrassed by things like that.
Right.
Just like the friends that I have, anything that they would do like that, I would just laugh it off and go along with it.
But would you be laughing it off to make yourself less embarrassed, or just because you actually think it's funny?
Usually because I can see the humor in it.
So I'm trying to imagine like what that would even be. Like a joke that points out your faults, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of an instance
Yeah.
like that either.
This is difficult to read these and then um
Or I can read them and you guys can answer the questions.
read 61. That's
Can you urinate in front of another person?
Not very well. Like, you're forced to, as a male, going to a public restroom with urinals, but even that's a little bit uncomfortable.
yeah.
But no, if I'm out camping, no, I'm not going to be urinating
Because like what it
anywhere near
in
another male.
in front of them, does it mean like you're facing them or that your back's turned? Because if your back's turned, I mean like I don't have a
I
problem
think
with
it
that.
just means like in the presence.
In their
of another
presence.
person.
Yeah. It just means in their presence.
Then, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. If it's outside, then like your back's turned, so I probably piss like 10 feet away from my friends riding.
I have, but I'm not real comfortable with that. I don't like anybody hearing me.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like in the woods, I don't like care, but like I hate the toilet sound is just terrible.
I hate it.
That's a big reason why I never really wanted to stand up because I'm like that's so
It's
loud.
much more
That's-
like exactly.
Yeah.
In school bathrooms, it's like echoed.
Mhm. Yeah. Yes, not comfortable with that at all. And I know there are people that are completely comfortable with that and
Yeah.
have no reservations. I can't fathom
And, like I don't want to hear like
that.
a girl I'm into pissing in the like I don't want to hear that. It's actually really turns me off. Like it's really unattractive.
Exactly.
And for a guy too.
Right.
It's like nah.
And we all know people that would be with the door open in the bathroom, and I can't fathom that either. No.
Like I'll get like really like risky with it. Like I'll like people
I know.
always come to the back like walk up to the back door and I'm like oh shit close it and I'm just like in the complete pitch
Right.
black
But that's because it's
but I close it.
the risk factor makes it.
It's kind of fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, the risk factor. Yes.
Yeah. Like I'll like have the door open pissing when someone's in the kitchen because I know they're not. If they come in, I'll just push.
Mhm.
So it's kind of fun.
I've witnessed that before.
So you have?
Multiple times, yeah.
Oh, really?
I walked close to the bathroom. He's like, oh, don't come in here.
Because like I love when I'm home alone just to have the door open, especially like in the morning, because that it looks really nice in there with the sunlight.
Mhm.
Because then I hate turning on that light.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to get up in the morning and like just
Turn on
look at
artificial
that
light. Right.
for 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to like see it looks really nice in there. That's why it's better to be at home, like doing online school, when you can just have that and not have to go on like it's just
Wait to have your first bachelor pad.
yeah.
That kind of freedom is very different. Very.
Well,
'Cause-
I'm more excited for that
And,
than
like,
him.
Yes, you are. You're chomping at the bit to have your own place.
But I feel like I kind of already know what it's like. Like I wake up alone. I usually go to bed alone. Most of the day, like I'll not see people, so it's I kind of used to, I don't know.
But there's
But there definitely is
yeah,
different.
there's an extra step of freedom when you have your own place.
Yeah, yeah. Like I actually wonder how clean I'm actually gonna keep it.
I don't.
Because
We'll see
they always
if you take
say
after me more or after your mother more. That would be telling.
It's gonna be cluttered. Well, I think it might not be as cluttered as it is like filthy, like vacuuming and wiping down counters and window cleaning and that type of stuff.
wiping down counters. I never
Yeah,
thought
I
to
think
do that.
They get sticky and crummy and
I don't know.
could pretty safely say in a how many year time? It's probably in a 5-year period. Lived at 3 different places. I'm pretty sure, very safe in saying, I've never vacuumed.
what?
Never. in any of the places. I don't
Like,
think I owned a vacuum.
like in your life or just?
No, in that 5-year period, in the 3
Okay.
different places I lived, the Clymer house, and then
Because I thought you also meant like including living here and everything.
no,
Okay.
Oh, you've never vacuumed
Yeah.
here though, have you?
I have. Well,
Twice.
when I'm made to.
Yeah, I vacuum my room like twice a year, at the most.
And
'Cause
my
you
room is
don't-
carpet. I vacuumed a lot more.
Like you don't really notice that dirt on the floor. Like
I don't.
yeah, I don't.
Women notice that more. Women are better people than men.
But it's also like I would not think someone's a bad person because their floor dirty, but like women might actually be like, oh, they don't keep up their floor.
Mhm.
But if I walked into a girl's house, she has a dirty carpet, I'm like, okay,
Okay,
I
yeah.
can't be one talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've been into certain people's houses that are like complete, like pretty bad messes. Which I mean, when you're a teenager, you can't blame it on the kid. But like, I never would have been like,
It's not just male and female either. Totally. Because, like at the Clymer house, I was
yeah.
there like
We also know
4
people.
years, I think, approximately. And we've had lots of girls living there also. I don't recall there being a vacuum in that house.
You're right, because I know, yeah, there are a lot of women who also don't care about that stuff.
So, the house wasn't vacuumed in 4 years
Nope.
or longer.
That's kind of a long time.
That's pretty
That's a
true.
lot of people with dirty feet and
Pretty sure.
dirty shoes and socks,
It's Climbers. Of
And-
course it's dirty, yeah.
food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that ramen noodles.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there was a vacuum there. I know I certainly never picked it up. And I don't recall a vacuum or anybody vacuuming.
Ever wiped down your windows before?
What part of them? You mean just the top rail and
No, like
and
like.
the sill?
Did you mean like actually wipe it like with Windex?
Oh, you mean cleaning windows?
Yeah.
Because when does they don't get dirty? They get like cloudy kind of, but you don't really notice that.
You notice it especially when you clean them, and then the difference. You're like, oh wow, glass is clear.
Like the one in the office,
I
like that's
never realized glass was clear.
you notice that, but you can't fix that with Windex.
Yeah, like the one
You
in
know?
my room.
Yeah, the one in the office you can't even.
You can't even see through my window.
That's fogged. Yeah, that's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's in between the two panes. You can't get that. I'm admitting too many bad things about myself.
Did I ask another question?
Yeah, forgot we even had that.
It was a depressing one.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
We like that here.
You and a person you love deeply are placed in separate rooms with a button next to each of you. You know that you will both be killed unless one of you presses the button.
I remember
before
this one.
60 minutes pass. Furthermore, the first to press the button will save the other person, but will immediately be killed. What would you think you would do?
I remember this.
I'd press the button because I would want to be killed.
Because you would want to be killed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this is like such a stupid answer now that I think about it, but when I was a kid, I remember saying that because like I remember we were saying like if mom was the other person, just to pick a person, I was like I know that she would immediately walk in there and push the button. So if I push it the same, we push it at the same time, and nothing would happen. But that's such a stupid answer.
That's true.
Yeah, I remember saying that, but yeah, what would? Wait, so if you push it, the other person lives and you die.
Also depends on the person, though.
I mean, obviously,
It prefaced it by saying,
Oh, it's
hey,
deeply though.
I'd push that button.
I'd just rather die because I wouldn't want to live.
the idea of me living and the other person dying,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
couldn't live with that.
Like no one would
So-
be like, I deserve to live more. You know?
At the same time, though, it is more of like selfish, but in a non-selfish way. Of like if they get killed, because you wouldn't want them to live with the guilt of you being killed.
So what you're saying is it's a no-win situation,
But I'd
no
want to
matter
be
what.
killed anyways.
Well, of course it is, because one person's dying. I don't know. I mean,
Is it a
Yeah,
reward to not be the one dying?
I think
No,
you
I
have
didn't
to
know
push the
about
button.
that.
Like there's no like yeah. That's kind of a funny question because you could see what different people answer that because like it really is strange to say to not push the button.
Hmm. Well, I've seen a thing where they did a test and they brought people in and they had one person go in the back and he's in a separate room so the person out here can't see it. The person out here is told by this person outside of the room through a microphone when to press the button and how much juice to give it. And every time you would press that button, it would shock the person in the other room. And you could hear them when they get shocked. They're, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know, and then they keep telling you to turn it up, shock them again,
That's fun.
turn it up, shock them again. And to the point where, like, this is going to, like, kill the person. And some people will, because there's some kind of drive in us to, like, follow directions, follow orders, we'll just keep doing it. And other people.
But it's not like they're gonna like are they like threatening them if you don't do it?
No.
Well then
No, they're telling it it's an experiment. You know, it's all up and up. This is a scientific thing that we're doing,
The
and
person that gets shocked.
like you might almost die.
well, the way they actually did it, the person in the other room isn't actually being shocked.
Oh,
all
yeah.
they're doing is making the noises like they are being shocked. But the person in this room doesn't know that.
Right. I was thinking about that.
It
Yeah.
was a very, very interesting thing. And when I always thought if I had the opportunity to be there, I'd rather be the person being shocked than the person shocking somebody. I'd much rather, like,
If they
if I
signed
have
up,
to be one of those two, I don't want to be the person shocking somebody else.
I would.
I mean, yeah, I definitely want. As soon as it gets to like the extremely painful levels, I would definitely not want to do that. But like at the lower ones, like if I know that they signed up for it, then I'm like, well, I'm just pushing a button. You know, like they're gonna get it anyway. But as soon as it gets, I would not like when it gets, really strong.
If it
That's
was a child,
hell no. A child.
I know you can shock the hell out of a child and feel no remorse.
My God.
You come back every week. Can I come back and do this again?
You have to be like, all right. This is the 5th time you come back.
And we're calling the cops.
this is kind of a question relating to your situation today. Number 69, brother. If a friend were almost always late, would you resent or simply allow for it? Can you be counted on to be on time?
Wait,
Can you be counted on to be on time?
can I be?
There's 2 questions there.
Yeah, and then do you resent them being late or do you allow it?
It all depends on the way they address being late. Because you have to, like, every time that I'm late, I'm always like, oh man, it took so long to get out. I always like have to say something to like acknowledge it. But when they don't acknowledge it, then it pisses me off. It's like, you seriously don't understand that matters. Because like they actually don't think it matters. Like they just don't.
Mhm.
And that pisses me off.
We're actually like good friends to people.
Exactly, yeah.
Because
Or
you feel like it's disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly. It's my whole life I've always just like, how can you be late not on purpose, but like, and just not care?
Mhm.
That doesn't make sense in my head.
Yeah. See, to me, it's circumstantial.
Yeah, 100%.
If they're just coming over to hang with me, and they say I'm going to be here at 3:00, and they don't get here till 3:30.
Yeah, that's whatever.
I don't
Yeah.
care. But if it's going to make me late,
yeah.
Right.
then now I'm disrespecting somebody else's time because of you getting here.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would definitely get annoyed with that and not care for it.
Yeah, definitely.
But usually, because it says a friend that has a reputation with being late.
No, it didn't.
Didn't it?
I think it did.
I think it did.
Said if a friend. Oh yeah, we're almost always late.
Yeah. That, no, I plan for it whenever I'm going
Yeah.
to be with that person, and then it would mean absolutely nothing.
Like
It
if
would
it's
completely roll off my back. I
if
don't care.
I'm gonna be late, but it's like a family member, I wouldn't care as much. But if it's like one of my best friends, like I'm the type of person.
I think family matters more actually.
No, but like, I'm the type of person to be like apologize a lot because I know if they were late with me, which happened a lot. Um, like I would feel bad that I missed out on time that I could have spent with them.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
Because it's hard to focus on the topic when I'm thinking about recording and everything. Um, like as soon as someone walks in and it gives an explanation, like it's funny how your mindset just immediately goes from like, oh, this motherfucker, always late, and then they give like, oh man, sorry, I got caught up doing whatever, and just like, oh, she's
Right, it's
fine,
Right.
like, like even like certain times when it might not be the right thing to be like, oh, they're fine, you know what I mean?
I
Because
feel like they should still text though about.
yeah, 100%. I hate when people don't
Yeah.
let you know, like, oh, I'm gonna be, if you're gonna be over, obviously it depends on the situation, but if you're gonna be over like 15 minutes late, you should text me.
Yeah.
Let's,
And why you're late and what you're doing because you're late.
yeah, because I know, like, I definitely will like tell people, oh, I'll be at Hazel's in like an hour, and then I'll get, or like in like half an hour, and then I'll get there at an hour, because I just end up having to do other things. But then I'll say that when I get over there. So like I know that it does happen to people. So as long as you acknowledge it, then it's
You're
something
gonna have to edit that out. You said
that doesn't matter. It just depends on, like, she's not gonna care,
oh,
and I'm not saying anything about her that's letting anybody know, So like I'll have to block out the name she said.
yeah. If it's a friend that is always late,
Yeah.
I just plan
If they're
for it.
always
If I
late,
need
doesn't
to,
matter.
if I want them to be there at 3:30, I'll say, hey, come over at 3.
Yeah.
You know, knowing that they're going to be late, and then they may even get there early if I tell them a time early enough to be here.
Yeah.
You just plan for it. It's no big deal.
Certain of my friends, it seems to be that sometimes they just don't come at all. They
That's
just,
especially disrespectful.
that's like
Yeah.
so stupid. Without telling me, that's like ridiculous.
Mhm.
Or it'll be like 3 hours before they actually arrive to the house.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like, it's gonna be 3 hours. Why? You gotta let them know. There's so, like, we're sitting around waiting. I'm not going home because you might get here.
Right.
So I'm just sitting here doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause my
I could be working on
situation-
stuff like,
That's complete disrespect of your time and your life. They don't care what's going on in your life.
yeah, exactly.
My situation was like FaceTime. We would always plan to like, okay, we'll FaceTime at this time or after dinner, and like we were usually doing something. They're like, oh, we'll just continue this after dinner,
Mhm.
and then like an hour goes by.
Because that's hard to plan though after, because we always like we'll end up like talking for an hour after dinner, and then I'm like,
she's
oh
like-
shit.
They're not that type of family though, and then like she wouldn't text me until she can call instead of like, oh sorry, I have to do this. She would text, oh sorry, I had to do this. So then I'd be waiting for hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like, are you gonna call me or not?
exactly.
It's just annoying.
Not how you handle it.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, I'm gonna be doing this. It might take this long. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this.
I hate when people will make up excuses that they think are valid, but they're not. Like, I'm not gonna say the name, but someone I had someone come over to the house, and she was like in the car with her mom on the way, and couldn't call me and let me know they had to make other stops because her mom would ask her who she's talking to.
Oh,
Probably the person's house you're going to. What's the problem with telling? She already knows who I am if she's taking you to my house.
does
So-
your mother know who you are? Then?
No, I've never met her. But she's going to my house though.
Yeah, but
Like, just on the phone, just like let me know. Oh, I'll be like, I called her twice because she hadn't got there in like an hour and a half. So I called her, or I called her once, didn't answer, and then I called her again, and she picked up, I think. But yeah, it was just like that excuse does not like I know you might think that's real, but that doesn't really mean anything. Like just it feels like there's lack of uh effort behind that because it seems like if you really wanted to let that person know, you would get around that. So just text me.
Yeah.
Your mom doesn't know you're texting. Like, it's just lack of effort. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can tell.
I think some of us different opinions on this one. But would you be willing to go to a slaughterhouse and kill a cow? Do you eat meat?
That's not fair because I don't want to implicate myself.
Implicate?
yourself?
Yeah. Because I do eat meat, but no, I would not want to go to a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, me too. Because
I'm a hypocrite.
is it like you have to do it or something happens?
I think that's what it's kind of
Yeah.
presupposing.
Like, if you eat meat, you have to. Or would you give up
Or-
meat to not? Because I don't eat meat.
See, that's a better question. Would you give up eating meat your entire life if you didn't, if you had to kill the cow to keep eating it?
Right. That's a much better
I don't know.
question. I don't know because I've never killed an animal. So, I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's not just like shoot a cow. It's go to a slaughterhouse and slaughter a cow.
Well, actually, I mean, slaughterhouse is probably the most humane way to do it because it's just like, isn't it? Well, different slaughterhouses are different.
Yeah, I was going to say.
My opinion's different based on the slaughterhouse.
He
But
said slaughterhouses are humane.
because like some like no, I thought isn't it's not injection right? Because that would affect the meat. I thought certain ones.
How are most slaughterhouses
Yeah.
doing it? Usually like a shot to the head. I think.
Okay,
it's
'cause
more
that's-
common thing.
That's not that bad. That's instant. I would not want to. Still would not want to. Definitely not want to do it. But-
It is an instant death. They at least try to make it as.
Would you give up?
At least it's not the tossing the chickens into the blender or whatever that one.
Yeah.
That story. I don't even know if that story is real. 'Cause everyone says it, but I believe it's real.
Chickens in a blender?
Like like in a slaughterhouse, they would have like just this huge machine. They just toss them in
Oh
and
my
it just
gosh.
cuts them up.
Uh,
Probably pretty instant, but still, it's like nasty.
But
I'm too ignorant of that to say, but it sounds like that can't be the case.
their heads and their feet.
Because how are you
and, like,
separating feathers and
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
bones and everything?
yeah, it's very true. Yeah, I've always kind of been suspicious of that fact, that mention or whatever.
Hmm.
I actually don't. I would consider not eating meat.
There's
for
a lot
that.
of meat substitutes
Yes.
out there.
I think that would.
That chicken sandwich.
That shit, that was fire. That was fire. But most meat substitutes are just not worth eating at all.
Because I don't eat meat because number one, I think it's sad, and number two, I think it's gross and like disgusting to eat flesh and blood.
But what were you gonna say?
I don't know.
You started saying something.
Completely lost already.
Like, cause I get like certain people have talked to me about like why they don't really like they still eat meat, but they're just like iffy about it. And I'm like, I get why it is strange that this thing was alive
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm eating it.
Mhm.
Like it was conscious, so it is strange. But I just don't think about it. So and I don't want to think about it because I enjoy it.
Right.
So I don't want to start
So-
down that road.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
That's where we are. I'm
yeah,
comfortable in my ignorance.
yeah.
Just got past that point.
Because like since I'm
You're more self-conscious.
since I was already raised
Yeah.
like
You have a conscience. We don't.
since I was like already kind of raised maybe a little bit too conscious about food, I don't want to even consider anything else about changing my diet because I eat decently healthy, so I don't want to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would definitely consider like only buying like what's it called? Well, they're raised
Cage-free.
cage free and like all that stuff. I'm like totally cool with that. I would do that for sure. Like I would buy that only.
I don't like the idea of animals being raised in cruel
Yeah, definitely not.
circumstances.
Definitely not.
Just so that it makes it more convenient for them to kill them so that I can eat them.
Yeah.
I'm not
There's like
down with that.
100
Again,
chickens in a
It's
box.
an ignorance thing too,
Right. Because
because that could very well be the case with things that I'm eating.
It's like I wouldn't. I don't want to. I'm probably gonna end up doing it, but like I don't want to spend money on that. But if I'm at a party and people have them, I'm gonna eat it because I'm not giving the company money myself. I'm just consuming it that someone already paid for. So it's not affecting anything.
Mm-hmm.
But for my own house, I think it would be cool just to buy, the good stuff. I don't know. I've always thought about doing that.
Would you wear fur?
No.
Like you didn't buy it from the store. You didn't buy it from the person who manufactured it. You got it got it secondhand. So somebody else did the dirty work.
Mm-mm.
All you're doing is keeping it from being thrown into a landfill. So you're doing your part to
Go back into
by
nature.
wearing that nice fur.
I wouldn't.
Good for you. See, you have a real conscience.
Because I would feel sad that I'm wearing an animal.
I get like not wanting to do that, but I don't think I would think about the fact. Maybe I would. I don't know. It just all depends if it pops in your head or not. You know what I mean? I don't have the desire to wear fur. I don't know what outfit I could put that with.
Yeah, it's difficult to pull that off.
Maybe like
nowadays.
a jacket, like a leather jacket, because isn't all leather made from
Hmm?
some horse skin?
Not much horse, no, but usually
I always thought it was horse. It's
usually cows, both
Cow, okay,
cows,
yeah.
buffaloes. Well, they make leather out of all kinds of stuff. All kinds of animals. It's just the skin of an animal.
because with leather, no one ever thinks about that as bad. But then
Well, some people do, yeah.
because I never even thought
Yeah.
about that as like, oh, I shouldn't.
Some people will only wear fake leather.
Yeah,
because-
fake leather. And
Oh,
fur
fake leather, yeah.
are Just like
Well, yeah, I mean,
better.
I don't mind wearing fake leather.
They feel
Doesn't
the same,
not
they
is
look
it
the
different?
same.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, real leather is much nicer.
Isn't it? You can't really have it
Superior never
very
mind.
black though. Because if I was gonna wear a leather jacket, I would definitely get black. I wouldn't want brown.
Well,
Because can you get real with black?
It's like faded though. It's not.
no,
like
it's dyed black. There
Oh,
is
yeah.
no natural skin.
Yeah, I
that's
know.
real
Yeah.
That's comes black.
I know that. Yeah, I know that. Just like
That I,
yeah, so you can't have it black. But yeah,
But almost all leather is dyed. You're very rarely seeing any natural leather. You're not going to come across that very often.
yeah, true. Didn't we used to have a jacket like that, right? Leather, like a real leather jacket, brown.
You?
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
A brown.
It has like buckles on.
That
it.
one, I don't know if this is real leather because it had something on the inside, but it had like airplanes on the inside.
Oh, that was the Hein Garrett motorcycle jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was real leather.
You still have that?
No,
Okay, I
sold
thought
that.
so. Yeah,
I sold that.
that was a long time ago. Memory of seeing that.
When I got this jacket, I sold that one.
Hmm.
And that one never did fit quite right. So
Oh.
it was always a little too tight.
Mm. Yeah, that would definitely annoy me. A leather jacket,
Yeah.
because you want that to be super comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to be feeling like you can't move in it.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Yeah,
that's not
exactly.
what
Do you have one question?
Do you feel ill at ease going alone to either dinner or a movie? And what about going on vacation by yourself?
Vacation.
A movie.
Dinner,
fine.
I probably wouldn't think twice about that. Like, because if I'm like on a road trip and I stop at a diner, that's not weird, you know. So that's whatever. A movie, I don't know if I would care enough to go to a movie alone.
Yeah.
Maybe
But also, you don't have to talk to many people at a movie.
in the movie, it's in the dark. No one even sees you, so like it's
Yeah.
it's not weird. I probably would do that. Like if I had a movie I really wanted to see in the theater and no other people could go, I would go alone. But vacation alone though.
I want to move
Would that
to
be
the UK
fun?
Alone. I don't know if that.
Well, that's living
Like,
there. That's
yeah,
living alone
Move
anyway.
into the UK alone, but
Not a vacation.
vacation just sounded worse because there'd be nothing really to do.
Well, you get to choose your vacation.
You still can
I
do.
know,
You're
but
gonna
like,
choose something that.
any
got something to
downtime,
do.
you're just like there.
You have to be very comfortable.
It's nice because I
Just
like
yourself.
being alone a lot. get the chance to do that with 4 people in a house.
I do.
Whenever I go upstairs, someone's like, "Do you really want to go upstairs?" I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I have no qualms with any of that.
Have you ever gone on vacation alone?
I don't know that I would call it a vacation, but I guess it would probably be deemed a vacation. Yeah, I've gone out, drove myself out to um, Las Vegas and
Hmm.
went climbing. I met up with people there, but
Well, that's
it was
not alone. And if you met up, because like I drove to Philly to meet somebody,
right.
you know.
I'm trying to think if I ever did it. Just me and never hooked up with anybody else. I've gone climbing by myself, but it's on a vacation again. I don't.
Yeah, it's like riding by yourself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not a
Yeah.
vacation either.
Yeah.
But if I put the bike in the car and
Went to
I'm
raves. or
driving
something.
out to Ray's, and to bike, and I'm not meeting anybody else, it's just going to be me. I might actually do it.
Mhm.
I could see myself doing it, but I wouldn't choose to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I would go out of my way to plan a vacation because it's already so hard to plan a vacation anyway. Just to go by myself. I wonder if I actually should go out to Ohio to see that girl from camp. She was really cool, like just cool friend.
That's a fun idea.
Because the thing is, I can't sleep at her house,
That's going to be the issue is your accommodations. Yeah.
right? Because
Do
if
stealth camping.
I mean, yeah, in the highway median or something.
in her bush and her.
A camp in your backyard.
Did you have any roundabouts anywhere near your house?
Like specifically choose a roundabout, not like in a forest, like in a roundabout. Because then, I mean, I'll be 18 in a couple months. I can get a hotel, but I don't really want to do that. But then I don't want to sit in my car. Like a car is much more scary because pretty much everywhere is illegal now to sleep in your car. Like I think even in like a Walmart, they're cracking down on it now.
Well,
You-
they
you
are,
can't
'cause
overnight.
That used to be the
Right.
place where you could always get away with it.
Now they have signs like no overnight parking and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, and that would just be so uncomfortable.
Boy, they make it that much harder.
I mean, the van would be too bad, but it's just like, nah, that's because then like the next day I'm there, I'm just like so tired.
Mhm.
I'm gonna sleep in a van. You know what I mean? I might fall asleep in the hotel, decently. Cause I slept fine at camp, so I can't really say anything anymore about
Right. You,
like the first
you might
night.
surprise yourself.
It wasn't like, oh, 7 hours. Like it was just, I knew I fell asleep, so that was all I needed to know.
Mhm.
It was kind of like, I knew I didn't sleep very like intent. I didn't have like dreams level, but I know like there wasn't times where I was like, oh my god, I'm still in bed.
Right.
It was like pretty easy. It was like relaxing, which was nice.
And also kind of could relate to you. If you were to discover that your closest friend was a heroin dealer, what would you do?
So who are we picking? Just say the first letter. Because I have like,
One would be more realistic, other one would be more funny.
right. Well, not realistic, but
I'll say.
there's no way the other one would do that. We can say her name. It doesn't matter, actually.
Cole. Wow.
If Colt was selling heroin. I feel like I don't think he would know it was heroin,
Yeah.
but he thinks it's something. He thinks it's something
If
else.
you looked aware that he was selling heroin, what would you do?
If he was aware, well,
Yes.
that's just so ridiculous that it's hard to judge it. Like if he didn't know, that would be really funny. Obviously, I'd just let him know. Hey, that's black tar heroin.
Or if you gave him something that looked
Like no,
heroin,
this isn't weed.
but it wasn't.
It's yellow. It's like it's like a new typey thing they told him. Oh my God,
How many
it's just
friends do you
a,
have that's even
Well, Brendan.
that you
That's
can
not my-
stretch that into a real reality question?
I don't want to. I really shouldn't say the
I'm
name.
just saying a number.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I have one, or yeah, there's a couple. Or,
It depends.
No.
Like certain ones, if I never met them, I can see them doing that. But since I'm in their life, they would never do that. And even if I didn't met them, it would still be a big stretch. So in like people that, even if I am in their life, I think like one, maybe two,
Okay. So
and that's still stretching.
so you can be asked that question then, because you have at least one person.
But honestly, I do think
you could stretch it.
that it kind of is reasonable that they would do that.
Right. So, how was the question worded? How would you react?
If you were to discover, what would you do?
What would you do?
Obviously, intervene. I mean, what else is he supposed to say?
I mean, they want to. They want you to say like, would you talk to them? Would you talk to the police?
Definitely not the cops.
Would you talk to their parents? Would you,
Not their parents, because I don't like either of their parents. I would just talk to them. I would definitely not go to the cops. 100% no. I could never put anybody in jail. Like, unless you like murder someone I know, or if you steal my car and I have to call the cops, I'm never calling the cops on anybody because I just think it's so silly. But yeah, I would just talk to them
so
about
they
it.
could murder somebody you don't know, and you wouldn't.
No, I would call the cops. I would obviously call the cops for that. But like, if you hit, no, I would have to. Yeah, okay,
So
never mind.
it depends on the level of the crime.
Yeah.
Whether you call cops.
With pretty much anything with drugs, I would not. Maybe if you're like if the stuff you're selling is like laced, then I would probably turn you in because that's just such a horrible person thing to do. But if you're just selling like clean drugs, I'm just gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna call the cops. But I mean, it's like since they're in that place to be selling heroin, I don't think they would really listen to me. Maybe I would spark some kind of movement in their life that they would start to go down a different, way, but I don't know. 'Cause I don't see them listening to me for a lot of things because I know from experience.
Right.
Well, one of them in particular. Hey, stay away from white powder and pills. And then they don't do it.
Well, the friends that I have that sell heroin, I've never turned them in. So,
Have you ever had any friends that would like that's possible?
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would think so.
Different people I've worked with. One I know was a dealer.
Of like hard shit?
Yeah, he got some serious jail time.
In this
He was
job?
dealing all kinds of stuff apparently when they nailed him.
So how close of friends were you though? Probably not.
Just a person I worked with.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
wasn't this job as a...
No. It was when I was in glazing.
The glass.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. I didn't think someone would be working there because I feel like you have to have some level of skill with that trade to work there.
Yeah.
And then you also do, because like, you know what I mean? That's just strange.
He was multi-talented.
Yeah, it's just,
He told some
multitasking.
good stories. He had a lot of shit.
He told you guys about it?
Hmm?
He told you guys about selling?
Yeah.
Wow, he's brave.
Well,
For not knowing you that well.
Well, I worked with him for a couple of years, so
Yeah.
he was pretty comfortable with me, comfortable enough that he would. And this was all in his past. He wasn't currently dealing anything. He was still.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Partaking.
remember you telling me about because you remember you were like looking through the records, and
Oh.
he had like the thickest.
Oh! That was even a different person.
Oh,
I wasn't even thinking about him. I wasn't even thinking about
Yeah,
him.
okay, because if it's in his past, that's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Mhm.
But-
He was currently partaking, but he wasn't doing any dealing. So
Partaking in doing the drugs?
yeah.
Oh, you still.
Yeah.
How do you do heroin and work at like
no, not heroin.
Okay.
Just drugs in general. Like he would still smoke weed and stuff.
Okay.
But
But
he wasn't dealing anything.
like opiates or
No.
so
Not-
just like weed basically.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
At the time that I knew him, that's all he was partaking.
Like I thought you meant he was like on drugs working at this job. I'm like it's kind of hard to work there with
Well, he was
being on
he
hard.
was on weed while at the job.
Yeah, I mean just like on like pills or something.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
is also kind of targeted towards you. Is it easy for you to accept help when you need it, or will you ask for help?
I think it's actually really easy for me to accept help. I've always never had an issue with that.
I just don't really want people to help me because I like doing things myself. Because
I never had a problem with it.
my own way, and if people do it, it's just not the most efficient in the way I do it.
Well, my way is always the least efficient. So,
Any improvement? Yeah, bring it on.
yeah, I'll do like some like really small stupid task, and just be like, "There's gotta be a better way to do this." Like, there's probably something I'm not realizing here that's just like so stupid that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've gotten better with asking for help.
It's
I'm more
like-
comfortable with help. I used to be like, no, that was like, it hurt my pride to have to ask for help. But over the years, I've come to like, no, now I'm pretty comfortable with asking for help.
Like with school,
It's weird. I've never ever had a problem with that.
it's just I've always been so used to being like getting A pluses on everything, but that was because it was easy. School is just getting harder, and I actually have to think about things. It's like it feels weird to ask for help because I've never had to before.
Mm-hmm.
But I also hate one-on-ones. Like I'm not good with that whatsoever, so I just don't.
I mean, like, if I'm at work and there's something that if I don't ask for help, I'm gonna look like a real idiot by doing it like so wrong, or just like
Mm-hmm.
I cannot move forward with my task if I don't know what to do, then I definitely will ask. But if it's something that
I hate
I can get
this.
by without asking, I might not. I definitely might not ask, you know. But yeah, I've never had an issue with that because like I feel like I just know that there are things that I'm talented at, so I just have pride in that, and I don't really get offended by not being good at other things. You know what I mean?
I think that's a healthy outlook.
Probably. Yeah.
Do you want a funeral? Do you want people to mourn your death? It's important.
Not important to mourn it. Obviously, like
Want a funeral.
I would be kind of weirded out if people didn't mourn it a little bit, but like that's not important to me. I want them to be happy that I was alive.
So I feel like the funeral is for the people who are still living.
Yeah.
As far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter whatsoever if if they have a funeral for me or whatever. It makes no difference to me.
That's weird. I never like you always assume like that you would not like it if you didn't have a funeral, because it would, for the standards of the living, that would be very disrespectful. But just be like, we don't need it, you know,
Yeah.
because everyone, that's like the highest priority for everybody. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
This sounds stupid, but like, since I hate all the tension on me, I wouldn't want a funeral because.
but you're
I know, but like, I would just hate the fact of people
That's-
going to something for me.
I would like that.
I'd hate that. Because being dead, I would feel. I'd hate
Being dead is embarrassing enough.
it. Exactly.
What an idiot! Like just. But that's pretty funny. See, that might be a funny clip that I'm gonna put in a compilation.
Exactly.
I would be self-conscious when I'm
I'd
dead.
be too self-conscious at my funeral.
Oh, those eyes. Oh. Like, I don't want to open casket. I don't want to see all the people. I don't want
I have a friend. Well, you I can't say his name.
well, I mean,
can't-
what are you gonna?
because it's not insulting.
Yeah, yeah.
Chuck.
Mhm.
Garman.
He'll never see this. Like,
Leave it out
his statement about that was, when he dies, he wants to have an open casket funeral. He wants to be naked, and he wants to have like cold cuts and stuff.
I remember you
And
saying.
as you walk by, you make a sandwich. He told me that, I was like, that's brilliant. Oh my god.
That is actually. It's like if I was the family member, it'd be like so funny but so disturbing at the same
Yes,
time.
exactly.
Oh my god.
He's all like
That's-
gray.
No, I mean the
Yeah, they would. They.
bomber would do a good job of
Yeah.
Who wants the job of
making you look nice.
dressing and putting makeup on dead people?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
quite the unusual job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I got tears running.
That's such a good clip. Like,
Funny.
oh, I gotta figure out how to. I'm gonna put that on Instagram or something. That's funny as shit. Oh my god, I wonder like because if someone like I knew like did that, you gotta get like I would definitely think it's funny. I would definitely be like, oh, that's so cool they did that, and and that they don't see death in this horrible way, and but I would not want to walk up there and pick off. Oh, that'd be so disturbing to have to do that.
He could be disturbing.
But that's so funny though.
Yeah. We used to, we'd listen to Dr. Demento every, whatever it was, Saturday night or Friday night.
Dr. Demento. Is that a
It's a radio show.
Okay, yeah.
And Dr. Demento always finds these very, very weird, unusual songs and plays them on the show.
like
And-
the tiptoe through the tulips or whatever,
Yeah,
something like that?
Yeah. But like, there were songs like Dead Puppies and
So any metal song?
I,
Any like
no, this is like really purposely funny
oh okay.
and weird
Yeah, yeah.
kind of songs. And we would be sitting up in his room. Sometimes I remember one time he had like a bowl of radishes, and he's sitting on his bed shirtless,
Oh, I remember this.
and he
Yeah.
put salt in his navel to hold it, and then he would take the radishes and dip it in the salt. And he was like, "Is this?"
So you didn't
Is this
so
normal?
he played it off like nothing.
He like it made no.
And like he actually didn't mean to joke about it. Like he was
no,
just like
he
that's
wasn't- no.
that's so
He wasn't
funny.
doing it just to make me laugh.
Oh my
or
god,
to
dude.
disturb me.
Right.
I can tell it's like he commonly does
That's so funny.
that. So for him coming up with the whole cold cut thing is not at all surprising.
Right. Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm telling all your secrets, Chuck.
But one thing about the whole drug thing is like the strange thing about the whole world of drugs is it's never far away from you. Like people always think, oh, we're in a small town. There's nothing. It's like 2 doors down, dude. Like anywhere, you could be in like in like Kansas, and the next farmer over has got like there's just it's never far away. It's strange how close like you can get to like cocaine, or even like heroin. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just want to. I had that thought. I kept remembering I wanted to say it, and but
That's very true.
yeah, like I learned that being around those people, like not necessarily those people, but just like more kids my age in general, just in that crowd, and it's just like wow, it really is not far away. Like I could get meth if I wanted to,
Yeah.
easily. It's just crazy.
This one's kind of targeted towards me. Which of the following restrictions could you best tolerate? Leaving the country permanently, or never leaving the state in which you now live?
Could you tolerate these things?
So, well, can you travel, or you just can't live anywhere else?
Never leaving.
So you
Never
can't
leave
even
your
travel.
state.
Oh, Jesus.
So I would personally live in the UK permanently.
So then when you're in the UK, can you travel in the UK but
Yeah.
still live there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Then I would probably move to a different country actually, because in my lifetime, I want to travel, so I guess that's worth it. Because if I can still come back and visit my hometown, my state, then yeah. If that's the stakes, then I would definitely do
Yeah,
it.
that seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah. Who would
Of course,
stay?
yeah.
I don't want to see
I
the
could
whole,
visit.
I don't want to
So-
see the whole rest of the world for my entire life. Like he would just be okay with
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I had to go my whole life without being able to go to Ohio, I couldn't do it.
Because the thing is, I think there is a lot of people who would say that they wouldn't care about not leaving their state.
I guess it's not a no-brainer. But amongst this table, it's a
Yeah.
no-brainer.
That would be me if I didn't want to go to the UK so bad.
But there's so many other countries that like just any other country, just the fact that it isn't another country or just another state even.
You're saying if the UK didn't exist, you'd be perfectly fine with
Staying
having
in-
to stay in Pennsylvania your entire life and never being able to leave it?
If what?
If the UK didn't exist.
I still want to go to like Japan and Italy, but like that's not super high on my priority list.
Right. So, of those two options, you would, if the UK is out of the picture, you might say, yeah, I would live in Pennsylvania without ever leaving it.
I don't think I would want to live in Japan or live in Italy.
But you couldn't even visit.
Yeah.
According to that question.
Yeah, it would suck.
The world's too small a place to say, no,
Yeah.
just live in this state.
Yeah,
your
right,
entire
right.
life.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like one more question, because I don't want the camera to die, because it says it only lasts for like hour 20, and we're at like 58 minutes, so I just don't want to risk like losing the video if that's what it does. I don't know.
Right.
So
Find a good one.
There's one like more deep one, and there's one more like funny one.
just this is a funny one first, and then see if we have time.
If you could choose the sex and physical appearance of your soon-to-be-born child, would you do it?
No,
No.
definitely not. Who would say yes to that? But the thing is, there is people who would say yes to that.
Absolutely. Want that
You
people.
she's gonna say yes.
There you go. For instance.
There's these crazy people.
If I wanted to have children, I would want it to be a girl. I'd want her to have
Everybody has a preference. That doesn't mean
brown
you'd
eyes.
want to be able to choose it.
Oh, I don't want to raise
Right.
a
That's a
boy.
different
Right.
level.
But even I feel like with the whole preference thing, it's the same thing as falling in love with someone. There is no your type. As soon as you mate the
As
right
soon as
person,
it
like
presents
it
itself-
changes your type.
Yes.
Same thing with a kid, I think. Whatever that comes out as, you're gonna be like, this is the best kid.
Right.
Because that just, it's so cool how that just like explains what love is directly, and it feels so much more cool to have like something that you didn't expect and love that. That feels cooler than to have like the perfect. Oh, that's exactly
Yes.
what I wanted, which also is cool, but it's equal.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. That's what I learned this last year living.
Yeah.
Love is a cool thing.
You didn't say that when we had that question earlier.
What question?
About this past year. The
Oh,
very first question.
That wasn't this year.
well, yeah, that was technically more than a year ago.
Oh.
So. Because the thing is, like, with like falling in love for the first time, even though I don't have that now, I might not never have that with that person again. I'm just glad that it happened.
Yes.
It's such a
The
cool,
experience is
such a cool experience.
worth it.
But it still really does. I can't lie. It still really does suck. But like, I think in the end, I'm still glad that it happened, just because it's such a, if I have a short life, I'm definitely, especially then, I'm definitely glad that I had it. It's just it opens up your eyes to what the world really is. Yeah.
Exactly.
We can probably do one more. Yeah.
Where would you choose to be if you could place yourself anywhere on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is hardship, struggle, and extraordinary accomplishment, and 10 is comfort, peace of mind, and no accomplishment? Why and where are you now?
Oh crap.
Gee, that's a really good question. Damn, I gotta.
We don't have enough time for a question like that.
We can, cause
I'm looking at you.
yeah, let's do it. Let's we can run through it, because if that dies, it'll probably save the video, and if it doesn't, I still have the audio recording.
Mm.
So this is a test anyway.
That's going to take 20 minutes to answer that question?
I don't think so, but just I'm gonna remember that to ask other guests, because that's really good.
Dude.
I'd much rather have comfort, peace of mind, and no accomplishment.
But then you didn't make any change in the world. It's like when you die, there's no reason in you being alive.
I don't care. I don't want to have hardship and struggle my whole life.
No, but I mean, so then I'd want like a 3 or a 4, so where you're not struggling that hard, but you still have some type of accomplishment.
Yeah, remember it's a scale from 1 to 10, so you get to mix them.
Yeah, I'd be at like a 7, because I don't want to be below 5 in the hardship struggle area. Like, I'll make some accomplishment, but I don't want.
Like, I'll accomplish something if I have to.
I don't really care about accomplishing something big.
Because if your whole life is like so hard and just fight for this one, you know, not necessarily one thing, but just like it's really tough to get this accomplishment, and it kind of like really drags your happiness down for the majority of your life, but you still accomplish a lot of stuff. Is that more of a worth living life than just very happy, yet just in general
You're just
positive
Carefree.
feeling life, but you didn't really do many things that leave a mark, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which one is more, because I'm like always I am like very accomplishment oriented as far as like life and death. Like I want to leave something on this earth that stays here after I die.
Mhm.
But then also happiness is like huge. So like is less happiness worth putting a mark on the world? If that were to spread more happiness than someone else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's a hard question.
It's so good.
not for me.
But you,
I don't care about accomplishing something big. I don't sell it a 7.
I'm thinking 3 or 4.
yeah. Because a 1, I don't want to do a 1. Because
No.
I also am very happiness oriented.
I think you might
Like,
be 5. Because you can still accomplish something decently, like mid.
but mid's not good enough for me. Like, I'm very, like, I can't deal with that.
But you
If
also-
this is the thing that has to show my entire personality and like what I worked for, it can't be mid. It has to be like, wow, he really did, like that. He really gave it his all. That's really him. You know what I mean? I would not want to pick it mid.
Yeah, I don't really care about
See-
that. I don't know why.
I couldn't 100% sacrifice my happiness.
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't do a 1. I think I'll do a 3. Because even 2, I'm like, happiness is so important though. Like, is life even worth living if you maybe did something cool, but you still were just not happy? You know, I don't know. But you have to get happiness from what you did. So
Well,
it's
that's
just
why
very,
the question doesn't say happiness. It just says struggle and
Hardship
hardship.
for a
Because you can have happiness with struggle and hardship.
right, exactly. So maybe more like a 2 actually, because I don't know. Did you save the spot where that question was? Well, I have it on recording, I guess.
Alright, well, I'm going with 3 or 4.
What's your number?
7.
She's around 7.
7. 7. Probably go 3. Keep it in. Yeah, I think we could probably wrap it up. That was a good one. That was a nice one. And we got Micah to stay
Yes.
in it the whole time.
I'm not doing that.
Wow. You just insulted me on my own
That's
podcast.
right. Damn.
All right, this has been the Third Eye Podcast. Subscribe if you like it, and
Give it a thumbs up.
Subscribe.
because I hate when people are like, smash that subscribe button. I'm like, I don't really want you to subscribe if you don't like it though.
Right.
So if you actually care about getting notifications for my videos, subscribe. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.